Good afternoon everybody, and welcome to another video. Thanks very much for clicking on this one, most appreciated. And we're out after what feels like a very long time. I think, without going back and checking my videos, it's been about 6 weeks at least, I would say, maybe longer, since I've been able to get out on a wild camp, and it's just not been practical, been very busy, but got some free time now. And I'm out, and it's end of the week, just going into the weekend. I'm out in the woods, and I'm in an area that I've been to before. I was looking at some other woods today, but I just wasn't quite feeling it. And I called it a gut instinct thing. Good old What 3 Words. You know, I'm a big fan of the What 3 Words app. So yeah, that's kind of got me back to the location that I've used before. And I'm trying to keep it simple today. So you'll see from my walk-in that I have got quite a small pack. So I've got the Highlander Pro Force 33 litre backpack. So I just wanted to keep it really simple and really light. And of course, when you're out in the summer, it does give you that opportunity to do that. You don't need as much gear. We have gone for the DD mesh pyramid tent, which I've used before. I'll put a link up on the screen to that video. You'll remember I used that with a tarp over the top previously, if you've seen that video. We're not forecasting any rain. We're having the driest period for about 70 or 80 years. It's really, really crazy. So everything is it's just tinder dry. There's no rain forecast at all, so I haven't brought a tarp. Just feel quite confident I'm not going to need it. So I've just got the pyramid tent. I did bring a bivy bag just in case. Temperatures are, I think, due to go down into the low teens tonight. So we've entered a bit of a cooler period, and I think next week temperature's going to go back up. So quite good for me and for other wild campers. So the way that I want to set the pyramid tent up is a bit different to how I did it before, where I used the trekking pole in the middle. I want to try and see if I can set it up using a ridgeline. I don't know how that's going to work, but the key difference will be is that I won't have a tarp over the top, because I just don't need it, and ventilation and just bugs, especially at this time. So I have got some bug spray on me, and in fact I'm probably going to leave you now, and I'm going to go and put a bit of spray on, bug protected, for later on. So I have here a trail cam that has been kindly sent to me by BlazeVideo, so thank you very much to them. Funnily enough, I've been thinking about investing in a trail cam for a while, just been thinking that could be something quite interesting to do and to include in some of my videos, but just haven't got round to kind of getting one really. But then this company got in touch with me and they asked if I would try this out and give my kind of honest opinion, if you like, in the video. Bit of a tricky one to kind of give an honest opinion on. I mean, I've had a bit of a play around with it at home. We'll set it up tonight on one of the trees nearby where I think it might pick something up. But again, I'm not a professional tracker. I don't know a lot about where animals hang out in woods. I know some basics. I can spot a few trails that may or may not be trails that animals use. But I've worked out how to use it. I've worked out how to kind of put it into standby mode so that it's the infrared is triggered when it's in night vision and so on. So let's, should we have a look at the box? Let's get it out and let's see what you get. Okay, so this is a Wi-Fi trail camera. The model is the A280W from BlazeVideo. So it does come with an antenna and the ability to connect it to via Wi-Fi to your phone. There's an app that you can download on Android and also on the Apple Store as well. So it can be operated and monitored via the app. I've decided not to go for that tonight. I just want to just put it on, not think about it. It feels quite solid, feels quite well made. And then inside, first thing was when I opened this, I thought, oh, they put a Game Boy inside my trail cam case. Looks a bit like an old Nintendo Game Boy. Batteries are in there. Now, slightly disappointed, I'm going to be honest, because this is not a rechargeable device. and it runs on 8 AA batteries. So that's a bit of a letdown. I was hoping, really hoping, because everything's rechargeable these days, isn't it? And I was hoping that it'd be something that I could just charge up at home, but you can't unless I've missed it. It doesn't look like you can at all. So I'm not sure if this is a slightly older model. It might be that some of their newer models do have that facility, but you know, let me know if you know about these cameras. We get a little welcome screen, and then yep, we can see that the camera's working. And then first thing I did was went into menu, and then there are lots of settings. I won't go through all of them, but there's lots of settings there to set the camera up in the way that you want it to operate. Kind of key ones to know are mode. So you can either set it up for motion detection, or you can set it up on time lapse. So if you have it on time lapse, you can set it just to take a photograph or a little video clip at set times that you want it to do. Or if you have it on motion detection, which is what I've got it on, it will only switch on when it's triggered by movement. You've got video length, so you can decide on how long, once it's triggered, you want the videos to last for. So then to put it into standby, I'm told that we press start. It switches off. We will close it up. And then it's ready. It's so quiet here. It really, really is quiet. There's the occasional cry of a child or somewhere, family's kind of going home, but that's about it. But even in the woods, it's really still. There was some birds chirping, but not much at all. Okay, I think we've nearly got a shelter up, everyone. It's going better than I thought. I wasn't expecting it to kind of work in this way, but it's sort of moving in the right direction. So initially I just strung up the ridgeline across there. I've used the little toggle at the top of the pyramid mesh tent, and that actually is designed to hook onto the outer that DD make for this tent. And I already had some Prusik knot loops already on this line, so I've just connected it to a Prusik knot loop, and that seems to be working okay. And then I just started to get the pegs in the ground, and then I just sort of moved them out, and I've just raised the ridge line a little bit more. It's not too bad. I think I'm going to have another go at just pulling these out maybe a few more centimetres, just to make it a little bit more taut. But what it does do is it removes the need for the pole, so it means that once I'm in there, I can sleep on a diagonal. That's where the pole would have gone, and there's a hole where the spike of the trekking pole goes in and sits up the top there. So that's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Because if you are doing it this way, you're actually getting more space, but you do have a hole. Now, I know it's not going to rain tonight, so water coming in isn't an issue, but it could be, I suppose. And also, any clever bugs wanting to take a shortcut might want to come up through there. Last time I slept in this tent, I slept along this side, and the problem with that was my feet were hitting the mesh here and my head was hitting the mesh up at the other end, and I'm only 5'8", so it was a very, very snug, almost uncomfortable fit. I think if you were above 5'8", you would have a real problem in here if you got the pole holding the tent up. However, we don't have the pole, so let's have a see what it's like on a diagonal lay. Oh, and immediately that's so much better. I can really stretch out and it feels much roomier, which is brilliant, really good. Yeah, I've got a really good view of the forest canopy up there, which is fantastic. It's nice and airy. Over this side I've got my rucksack, I've got a bivvy bag here, just in case I need it if I get a bit chilly in the night. Probably not going to need it, but it's there if I need it. And over this side I've got my kitchen bits, I've got fleece, electricals, food and so on, but actually loads of space. So all in all, it's not bad. And if I sit here, I'm covering the hole at the bottom, so keep away bugs. And actually got a lot of headroom. I'm not even touching the top at all. It's pretty good. Okay, we're all set up. It's just over there behind those trees. It's looking quite good. Just around there. Don't know if you can see it, if I can get in a bit closer. Yeah, you can probably pick up the outline very slightly in the middle of the picture there. And seemingly the right height. Lots of people saying to keep it high, but when I checked in the viewfinder, it wasn't picking up a lot. So I'm going for that. There we are. That's the view. Nice big open bit there. Fernage and woods over there. Path behind me. Possible path going across. Fingers crossed we get some kind of footage. Okay, it's getting on for 8:15 and I am really hungry, really hungry. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I'm trying to keep it really simple, so I've just got a trekking pouch, something to eat, trekking pouch, and I've got no breakfast apart from some coffee sachets and one of those ultra grenade protein bar things, which I've never tried before. So quick coffee, cereal bar thing, and just get out of here. For tonight, I've just got that, something to eat, macaroni cheese. A lot of you have told me that this tastes awful, so I've come prepared. I've got these things, they're little crispy bacon bits that I am going to decant into the macaroni cheese in the hope of breathing a little bit of life into it. You never know, I might be pleasantly surprised, but quite a few of you said to me it wasn't their best. It wasn't their best, but it was the only one I had left. I had to get out, it was all a bit last minute and unplanned, this camp. So we're gonna get a boil on and I'm gonna get the macaroni cheese on. Everywhere in the southeast at the moment is tins dry. So my view is I want to reduce the risk of accidentally starting a fire, however careful I am. So I'm just going for a gas stove. I did think about a Trangier, but I'm just going for a gas stove tonight. Right, let's see. Oh dear, this looks horrendous. Now I'm looking for my bacon bits. Oh, there they are, right in front of me. So crispy bacon bits, maybe a few more. Okay, it's not great. It's a little bit watery. I think I'd like it to be cheesier or to have some spice in it. If they could add some spice just to bring it to life a bit. Welcome back everyone, about 10 o'clock now. Catching a few bugs that have crept in. Yeah, it's been a good day and it's been a good evening. And I'm going to hit the sack now. So unless anything vaguely exciting happens, I shall bid you good night, and I shall see you in the morning. Night night. Hello everybody. It is about 2:45 at the moment, and it's got unexpectedly cold. So I thought it was going to get down to about 15, and it's actually around 11 at the moment. It feels colder than that, and just went on my weather app and it said it's going to go down to about 10, which doesn't sound like a lot really when you look at it, 10 degrees. But when you're in an all mesh tent in the middle of the forest, it's actually quite cold. And actually I'm very cold, so I am really glad that I got my bivvy. So I'm really pleased with that. So I've put the Outkit Hunker XL over my Robins one season sleeping bag, just to add another layer, and just wriggled into it and looking forward to warming up. So hopefully I will warm up, and I'll see you again in a few hours. Night night again. Morning everyone. It is coming up to 5:45 and we're awake and we're a bit cold. So very glad I put the bivvy bag on in the middle of the night. It did make a big difference. It really did. It got down to about 10, but you know, these mesh tents are purely designed for very warm nights, I would say. And I think as soon as you get below kind of 15 degrees, I don't think they have the desired effect, as I discovered. So it started off well, first few hours, lovely cool breeze, nice view of the trees and so on. But then after a while, it just got cooler and cooler, and then I woke up, as you saw, and felt a little bit chilly. I've got the fleece on now. I was actually using this as a pillow because I was trying to cut down on stuff for this camp. So I continued using this as a pillow, got the bivvy on, got down into the bivvy, and it did make a big difference, but I still woke up a little bit chilly. So anyway, fleece is now on, and I am going to take everything down. I'm going to pack up the tent, get everything down and away, and then what I might do is just hike a short distance in that direction down to the lake that I walked past yesterday, and maybe get a brew on and have some breakfast down there. So that's it, we're all done, all packed up, leave no trace as always. And what have you got to remind me to do? Go and get the Trailcam. So hopefully I've remembered exactly where it is. It was left up this path, along here, past that tree. Oh, I see it. It's still there. It's not been stolen. This is the point in the video whereby I have nothing to edit in, or I have something interesting. So either the next shot you'll see will be some footage from this camera, or we'll be somewhere near the lake having breakfast. So we've had a nice coffee, we've had a grenade bar, carb killer. First time trying one of those, and at £3 a pop, that's probably the reason why. It's the first time I've tried one of those. So we'll see if it does its job. Just wanted a quick and easy breakfast this morning, so went super easy with that. And yeah, so reflections on the camp. I'm glad I went back to my usual spot. The shelter, I was pleased with the pitch in terms of the ridgeline and all of that. That worked really, really well, really roomy. I think that has persuaded me to hang on to this shelter for a little bit longer, perhaps. I suppose the only issue was the temperature last night. Wasn't expecting to be as cool or as cold as I was come 3 o'clock in the morning. But you know, we live and learn. And top tip, bring your bivvy bag if you're uncertain, because I'm glad I did, and it made a hell of a difference. So really glad I brought the bivvy bag. The Trailcam details, so I'll put the link to that camera in the video description, just in case it's something that you're interested in looking at. The pros of the camera, it's well built, it's pretty easy to set up. I didn't actually get any footage, as you probably guessed by now. So I went to the camera, I took it off the tree, looked inside, and I had 59 files and got rather excited. And the majority of those, well, all of those were of me struggling to attach it to trees. And I was triggering it, obviously, because once it's on, it's on. So at least I know it works. You know, I triggered it. I just rather it would have been something a bit more interesting than me. In terms of the cons of that camera, I really wish it was rechargeable. That would really, really sell it for me. So I think that's probably a good place to leave this video. Thank you very much for joining me on this one. Hope you enjoyed it. That's all from me. Take care of yourselves, and I shall see you on the next one.